I was thinking about it yesterday. I was like, when someone asked me about my childhood, what specifics, highlights that I take from it that make me the person I am now. My first business, I think I was almost 11 or something like that. I was doing people's brows.
Browse.
Yes, and the whole neighborhood used to call me every
Which
time
area was
to
this?
come in Tembisa.
You grew up in Tembisa?
Yes, I grew
Where
up
in
in Tembisa,
Tembisa?
in Leboeng. I'm from Tembisa,
Lebueng.
Leboeng.
Hey,
Yes.
I grew up in Tembisa, man. I grew up in Hospital View.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm also from Tembisa. I'm a Tembisan.
Wow, okay.
Yes.
Welcome, Mkaya. Chesa.
So they used to call me to come and do their brows, and I charge them 5 rand, and then I come home. I'm 11 at that time. I'm so excited, but then sometimes I'd complain that, oh, I'm so tired. They call me too much. My mom says to me, so what do you what do you bring to the table when you go do their brows and the
What do you bring
neighbors?
to the
And
table?
yes, and it's older people, and
Yeah.
and I'm like, I bring my own, because you used to use Vaseline, because you use a razor blade. I bring my own Vaseline, my own razor blade. Mom's like, no, you have to charge for those things. So I think you should charge double. So then I started charging 11 Rand, Then eventually I got tired of it. And I also, as a kid, started selling stuff, like chocolates or something like that. But it was for fun for me. It wasn't merely, I didn't need anything, like I said, as a kid, because even though we were not rich, I was with the hard worker mom who made sure that her kids had what the next one had.
Sure.
I was also a teacher growing up. Before my mom took me to these private schools and all that shenanigans, she took me to a nursery school, Yesut.
Okay.
And when I asked her why she did this, she said because they said Zulu vernac is very difficult at school. So I used to gather the kids in the community. I had a blackboard and chalk, and I used to teach all of them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, hurrying. And they'd also look at them, and they also were wondering, they would, why Lois is Zulu Marut hurrying.
Yeah.
But I was a teacher, and she thought I was going to be a teacher, but I always knew I was going to be a business woman, an entrepreneur.
How did
you
you
know.
know that? See that
I played around
the
with her toys. She likes chandeliers. She likes crystal glasses. She had a briefcase in the house. My mom is very particular. And whenever she's not around, and there was a dining room table that we had with nice big high chairs. Whenever she's not around, I'd grab my sister. We'd put on jerseys on top of our heads and pretend it's hair. Little did we know that it's later going to be weaves. But we'd put on jerseys on top of our heads and pretend it's hair, and then take my mom's glasses. And I would say to my sister, you see, we're drinking wine or champagne or whatever. And I would carry the briefcase around the house, because it was a big house. So it had a long hallway. Would walk around, and I'd be like, see the building and all of that. Little did I know, when I grow up, it's the city of lights. It's Johannesburg, Sandton. That's always where I've wanted to be. I've always wanted to be a leader, and how I was leading in the community, going on after nursery school, kindergarten, and going to study in like your private schools, come back, because guys, more me English, the other parents want you next to their kids. So after school, everybody's like, "Hambani, hambani, nela, pia kabo Lelo," and all of that, and they'd come there to my mother's house, and they've have all their books out. I was literally teaching them and doing homework with them. So I love teaching, and I love business, and I love people. And I think that's a very great combination that makes a very great succeeding businesswoman.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Especially the teaching element of that, because I feel like even now
Yeah.
you still carry it wherever you go. You do
Yeah.
that,
Yeah.
right? Because you've got mentees or you do consultations. What do you do?
I do consultations. So there's a lot that I do. You said earlier, I assist clients, my own personal business, get their names off of credit bureaus. I assist them clear fix their financial statuses. I assist them in investment property portfolios. But first, obviously, it all has to go back to finances. So I teach people about money. And the reason why I think I'm really good in teaching about money is because I once had a very bad relationship with money. And I met one of a very good friend of mine, who's his name is Shaw, and who said to me, if no matter how much money you will get, that was many years ago. No matter how much money you will get, you're never going to be enough, because you have a bad relationship with money. And because I'm a thinker and I'm very curious, I had to go back and ask myself, what does he mean? So I started watching videos and all of that, financial intelligence. What the hell is that?
Money blueprint.
Yes, a relationship with not a relationship. I want money. I want to buy. Now you want to tell me about having a relationship with this thing, But then once I got the hang of it, that money needs to work for me, not the other way around, And my relationship with money started improving, and I wanted to teach it to other people. And obviously, it's a paid service that I offer. And I offered consultations at one time where it's marketing consultations, how to market yourself, how to build your own brand, the niche, the voice that you have to go in with. And it's basically just a step-by-step process that you teach on how do you actually build a brand. I've got a book that talks about digital marketing, but it goes more into personal branding and marketing when you really read it. And every single thing that I do in my business life is based on that.
So that's interesting. Tell me, go deeper when it comes to the difference between personal branding and business branding. Because I feel like people usually, right, don't really know how to differentiate between the two. You see somebody that's supposed to be branding their business, they are putting themselves as the main person in the building for the business, but their brand is not even as strong.
Yeah.
And can't even compensate for what the business lacks for.
Yes. Personal branding, there's always a person behind the brand. And personal branding, for me, it worked very different because I am the face of my business. And I think I really do make a great face of my business because of my own personal brand.
Correct.
Yeah. I care about people. I have so much respect for people. For some reason, I do well in real estate because people trust me with their money. People trust me with their investments. People trust me with their goals and dreams, And I think that is a very good brand to match with my business, because we sat with my sister and we were like, Revlon has a face. Garnier has a face. I've got a strong social media. Therefore, why don't we use me for the business? However, even though I don't like to shove myself in people's faces much, because our business is more about our realty partners. When it comes to real estate, we don't do agents. We don't know what the hell that is. We don't say agents, we're very allergic to that word. We're not agents, we're realtors, and we call ourselves Lelo and Co. Co is the company. Co is the realtors, And it's so funny. I know I'm jumping the gun, but, the people that I've met, and, when you build a team, it goes like this, and then it goes smaller, then it goes big again, then it goes small. Every time it goes big and small, the core remains dead weight out, core remains dead weight out. And the core that has remained, I've got a construction lady. I've got a lady that's studying an LLB. She's about to start her articles as well, So everybody that is in the Lelo & Co team actually embodies the future of Lelo & Co Realty.
That's amazing. And then speaking of Lelo & Co, on your journey to business, at what point did it come to you that, listen, I want to be in real estate now, I'm starting my own realty company?
I actually never really wanted to be in real estate. I was in telecommunication.
When you say telecoms, people will be thinking you're a call center agent. That's not what it means. Can you tell them more what that means?
Telecommunications is, what can I say, technology. I worked with Vodacom, I worked with Telkom.
Yeah.
I was training sales for Telkom. I was training sales for Vodacom. And then I went on to open my own marketing agency, which obviously I had to close down during the lockdown. And because I'm a person that always thinks ahead and I don't want to be caught off guard, when my business was going to be closing down, when we decided it has to close down because it was a direct marketing business, and obviously you couldn't do that during the lockdown now, could you? Then I decided, what am I going to do for money? Because I don't want to be dry. There always has to be money coming in. You can't be looking at your savings and say, I've got savings, I'm going to use that. That's how people go broke. You always have to have money coming in. So I thought, what is it?
Cash flow.
Yes. And then I came across a YouTube video of some lady who says, I made 30,000 on YouTube. And I was like, what? And then